On November 23rd, Elizabeth came out with some very saddening news regarding the passing of her father Chuck, who had passed away on November 9th at the age of 64. Now, whilst I was online having a look at just different things, I came across a obituary regarding Chuck and also details of his funeral and also ways that you guys can also have the option to choose to send flowers to his funeral if you feel to do so. So let's get into exactly what has been reported here by Sarcasm, okay, who have obviously taken their time out to do this beautiful work, shall I say, so shout out to them on this. Now, first and foremost, obviously, as I said to you guys already, he passed away on the 9th of November at the age of 64. Now, it does say here that Chuck had recent health issues, including a hernia surgery in September, and in September, addressing complications from his previous cancer operations. Chuck shared a video after the surgery and revealed there were serious complications. However, he seemed to be recovering and doing relatively well. Fans were shocked and deeply saddened when Chuck's daughter Elizabeth and Becky shared the news of his passing on social media on November of 23rd. Now, also on top of that, he's also his other child, his other daughter as well, Jalen, also came out to announce the news as well. Now, he continues obviously by giving us the details of his obituary and also funeral details. So, as you can see, at Brinsfield Funeral Home in Maryland, recently posted Chuck's obituary and revealed there will be a private celebration of Chuck's life at St. Mary's Bryantown Catholic Church in Bryantown, Maryland. We have shared Chuck's full obituary below, including our Instagram posts with in an accompanying scrapbook gallery, which is something that we will have a look in a second, because that's where you will get the details regarding if you want to send flowers. The last slide in the gallery includes contact information for the funeral home's florist. You can also find information by clicking on the link of Chuck's obituary above as well. So if I go over to Sarcasm, obviously Sarcasm at Sarcasm_IG, as you can see here, if you obviously find this little part itself in particular, as you slide all the way to the end at the bottom here, obviously shows you guys the location, of course, where the funeral home is, as well as also the phone number, as well as also the email if you do wish to send some flowers, obviously towards Chuck himself in particular. All right. Now, with that being said, it also continues here by saying that Charles Richard, okay, known lovingly as Chuck, age 64, Tampa, Florida, passed away on Sunday, November 9th, 2025. Now, as you can see, it says that Chuck was a devoted father, grandfather, son, brother, and friend who touched countless lives with his kindness, love, and easygoing spirit. To those who knew him well, he'd often go by the names of Big Guy, Chief, Happy, Ticklebug. Ticklebug, to be fair, is one that I didn't know he had, and it's definitely the first time I've ever heard that name itself in particular. And I think Ticklebug's one hell of a great name, because that name itself in particular says a lot about someone's character. It means that he's the kind of person that was able to make people laugh. He's the kind of people that definitely gave people that belly kind of laugh, or that tickly kind of laugh, you know what I mean? That kind of person that you can come to, you can give a cuddle, and he was going to make you feel happy. He was always somebody that was definitely going to make you smile. That's why Ticklebug is definitely my favorite out of the names. As well as also moving on to Pops and Bubba. He had a heart of gold, and would give you the shirt off his back, even if he could to be on his own detriment. Okay. He was the epitome of the word generous. Also continues by saying, a proud veteran, Chuck honorably served the United States Navy, a chapter of his life that shaped his strength, discipline, and unwavering dedication to those he loved. Now, of course, those he loved are all listed here, and he goes on to pretty much name the people that was around him, his friends and his family. All right, as well as friends and family. Also on top of that, it continues by saying that he was preceded in death by his mother, Irene. Chuck was a man with a heart of gold who loved his family above all else. And that's something that we definitely did witness from him across the board. Even when his family was giving Andre a hard time because they didn't believe that he was here for the right reasons. When it came to his relationship with Libby, he said, listen, if my daughter's happy, I can only do my best to stand by her and hope that this man is the right man for her. And then also on top of that, he also helped Andre pretty much build a business in the United States of America as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So that shows you that rather than judge a book by its cover, or rather than be a sheep because everybody else doesn't like somebody, he would rather give someone else a chance himself before he has an opinion, which is obviously fantastic, because at the end of the day, what mattered to him most was the fact that he saw that his daughter was in love, and he wanted to at least support her and hope it would turn out okay. Now, so on top of that, he continues here by saying that a hard-working provider, he created a loving home where everyone felt welcome. Friends often said Chuck's house was the place to be. He coached his children's teams, supported their dreams, and celebrated their every success, which is absolutely beautiful. Now, this is another post that you can find, of course, if you do go on the Sarcasm website, website or IG page, okay, guys? And this is something that came out earlier on when it was first announced about the sad passing of Chuck's. Yeah. Now, it also continues here by saying he loved the Lord, the outdoors, cookouts with the grandchildren, playing in the pool, golf, boating, good music, and his signature polos. Filming was one of Chuck's favorite hobbies. He loved capturing moments, memories, and the people he cherished most. A huge sports fan, he could often be found sporting Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Lightning, Baltimore Orioles. Oh, probably said that wrong to be fair. Notre Dame Fighting Irish gear. So this is a man that obviously, he definitely enjoyed different parts of life. It is quite nice to see that he's somebody, who definitely did what he could to enjoy what life could bring and the things that he obviously wanted to do, which is fantastic. Chuck was known as one of the friendliest men you could ever meet. He never met a stranger and would happily chat up with anyone, especially people who recognized him in public, whether at the grocery store, the golf course, or grabbing lunch. He made everyone feel seen, heard, and welcomed. His quick wit and smooth talking charm made people feel special, whether they had known him for 10 minutes or for 10 years. His warmth, humor, and kindness left a mark on everyone he encountered. His spirit of light, laughter, and love will live through his family, friends, and the many people whose lives he touched. A private celebration of Chuck's life will be held at St. Mary's Bryantown Catholic Church in Bryantown, Maryland. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you do wish to send any flowers, towards Chuck's funeral, as I've said before, it is obviously here on the website itself in particular. Obviously, it does say that the number itself in particular is 12405615701. Or if you choose to email the flowers instead, it is flowers@brentfieldfuneral.com. Okay, so that is obviously entirely up to you guys if you wish to do so. Now, of course, the details regarding his passing still have not been released, so nobody knows what actually ended up happening for him to lose his life. I know obviously for right now it's kind of easier for us to assume maybe it was cancer related because of the surgeries that he had and the fact that these surgeries had complications, but right now there's still been no information whatsoever on what actually happened. And to be fair, there's a chance that we may never know how he actually ended up passing away. But the most important thing is that at least his family is obviously having a private funeral that's obviously going to be intimate with them. And most importantly, we've been able to come across this obituary, which obviously explains him in such a beautiful way. And then also on top of that, we've also had the luck of obviously witnessing a part of this man's life, of course, via the 90-Day Fiance franchise, which is also a nice thing too. Now, with that being said, please do let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'll talk about it. Peace.